Can I do anything for you?
What did you think about that moment next to the campfire with the elders of Vigigador?
It was strange, and a bit frustrating, to be honest.
It was peculiar and mysterious. It was as if we were observing a game without... However, it seems to me that we learned...
This is true. In my opinion, knowledge should be... But your attitude is wiser. I will ponder the... Anything else?
Did you have any fellow students?
Of course. We were but a small group working with Dr. Vasily, but it was more of a competition. Why?
I wondered if you didn't feel...
Do you mean intimate relationships? I had a few here and there, but that did not change how lonely... Body and mind have different needs. Anything else?
I must leave you.
Hello, Your Excellency.
Let's get rid of these money bags.
Here comes our pay, boys!
And death to the others!
Watch out! Grenade!
We are happy to see you again.
Thank you. I'm glad to see you too.
Of course.
When we participated in the Dunkus meditation...
And you want to see it? You still wish it is a very sacred place.
That's right, Year One.
If someone finds out that we have helped the Renaigset,
Dunkus will never do such a thing.
you're probably right.
Look for the entrance in the Vedhat Ganadu, but you will have to discover the rest by your...
Thank you, Morian. And fear...
To my help! And death to the others! To my help! And death to the
Karantz, do you need something?
I'm asleep.
Savage spoke the truth. We'll be rich soon. I don't like the thought of staying here too long, though. In case our corpse's cousins tell. Hey! What are you doing here?
We could ask you the same question.
Except we found this place first, so I suggest you disappear.
Listen, we didn't mean to bother you. We were only exploring... But perhaps you could tell us exactly what you're doing here.
You look like nobility. We also are,
Really? And you found one...
Yeah. We managed to convince the kind of place where the natives hide their treasures. But...
And how do you plan on entering?
Well, with enough explosives, we'll eventually get through those...
I see. Very subtle. And the...
He didn't really have the time. And he didn't have a key on him. Anyway, now that you know what we're doing...
Listen, I don't want to worry you, but you are taking a big risk by staying around here. When the Islanders clan notice his disappearance, they will come for him. You can imagine what will happen then.
Yeah, you're not wrong. With the time it'll take to craft enough explosives... Never mind, guys! We're leaving, fast!
It's not possible just now.
At last, we made it here.
How do we get in?
Look around. There has to be a way.
This stone. There's a slot at the top. Probably to put something in.
The natives' beliefs are based on exchanges. If we want this door to open, I imagine that we will have to make an offering.
Now we have to find out what we should offer.
Here is my offering to the Cave of Knowledge. There. Place the seed on.
It's not possible just now. The character has changed. He now resembles an unarmed...
You're right. They even depict...
It seems like this painting depicts some kind of...
Yes. The character at the center is pouring blood on a stone.
The location looks like the stone circle where we met the...
Someone's coming. Let's hide. If anyone finds us here, we're sure to lose the trust of the islanders.
Esco halen, esco valg med agengo selerge mantadabem, avenundanum.
Mach, es boglin daiga ni dau. A yigi dames et hier komalei.
Cair to, Morian, ages radai de radi dauem tairger began.
Kau den nes greta komalei. Nas oltargo du, vrek det mad advat. Abud antadab me en ekekam. No ada holeg.
The paintings in the cave were magnificent. It is obvious that they depict the body. It is by pouring their blood on the raised stone.
I'm not really sure if I follow you.
And yet it's clear to see. The islanders think that there must be some sort of contamination. The only way to verify this theory is to attend a full...
How will we know when it takes place?
And they will most likely need some preparation. We should go. What do you say? Will you come with...
Very well. I hope that Dunkus will not be too angry after...
Let's take some time to rest, and then we'll go back.
You again. Your curiosity is truly unquenchable.
Forgive our intrusion, Dunkus. I have learned a lot thanks to you, but I still...
If you are one of ours, Afra, or you can attend the ritual, but no renaikse.
We will do everything in...
Times really must have changed for some. These are very different from the others.
I know I look like them, but I'm not one of them.
You may not be bonded, but your parents must have been. You should be proud and happy about it. It is probably... The ritual will begin shortly.
How are you? You must be...
Impatient, yes.
It's only Nat, but I will be by your
I cannot wait for the ritual to begin.
You look preoccupied.
Our people have suffered. In some villages, all the young sinners... You seem different from the others, Afra. But
I have nothing to do with these attacks, Dunkus.
I believe you. But I hope that your brothers will not be there in the shadows, ready to pounce.
Aruich neistiri, adesta marar mam.
You are an Onolmanawi now, Yawan. And soon you will heal the earth.
Thank you, Dunkus.
I am so happy that...
What about you, Afra? Did you fall?
It's strange. I didn't...
Some events must be understood with the...
It seems like you are right.
We are under attack.
Grab the young metamorph. The other don't matter.
The lawyers want to take our children.
They won't touch you. Desade, we have to protect them.
You can count on me.
Your curiosity, Afra, has saved lives. If it, I am infinitely grateful, especially...
Indeed. These people were brute. I recognize some of these men.
Really? Did they belong to the...
No. They worked for my former master. I was his student for a long time before I realized he was so obsessed with his goals. But I can't believe he'd go as far as abducting...
You think that the Onolma now...
Now that I have seen these soldiers, and I'm afraid they may suffer atrocious treatment, I am so ashamed.
Come now, shame serves no purpose.
Thank you, Dunkus. And thank you... Sade, I'm happy to see you. Can I do anything for you?
How did you feel when we visited the cave?
Astonishment, I think. I felt as if I had... It was strangely moving.
It was a moving moment indeed.
I am also happy I have found someone to... When I'm with you, I feel as if I'm learning differently, feeling new things, and I'm very grateful to you for that. Anything else?
I must leave you.
Karantz, do you need something?
I've never heard you talk about your father.
He was the Donegad of our clan, but this memory is...
What happened to him?
He was killed as he tried. My mother never really recovered from it. Anything else?
I must leave you. See you later. Sir de Corsilion.
The Sade, my young student.
The mission you entrusted me with has made great...
Very well. Good. You have traveled great distance. Keep doing what you're doing. Can your old professor still...
I found no traces of...
That's most regrettable. But keep looking. Can your old professor...
I have come to find you because I received a complaint from the natives. They want to be able to access a clearing, exploited by our wood, but our men there say that it belongs to them, and are refusing to let the natives... The site was supposedly ceded to them several months ago, but tensions are running. If we don't intervene, we're heading...
It is very regrettable, and according to what you have told me, if ever there was a contract, you should go to the archives and verify this. Then go and talk, and of course, I'll be delighted to help.
Thank you, Professor. Once more, you...
Can your old professor still prove himself?
Looking forward to seeing you again.
day, dear sir. Happy to see you again in such fine health. How can I be of service?
I need you to enlighten me about the property. The natives want to access this place, which according to them is sacred, and which they would like to heal. But some of our men there are using this deed to deny them. Tensions are running high, and some people have done...
Yes, there was a time when we enacted a lot of contracts.
Yes, here it is.
This cession agreement is only signed with a cross on the native side. Well, writing is foreign to them, as is the notion of land ownership. For them, the
If they did not possess these lands, how did they see...
I doubt they knew what this agreement represented.
In that case, why make them...
When we arrived on the island, we had to ensure our access to certain commodities. We also had to make sure that we had legal ownership of the lands we were on. The natives dreamed of possessing some baubles. It was easy to make them sign agreements that they didn't understand by giving them some. I was a stranger to their philosophy then. I only thought about my city.
I'm sure we can fix this mistake.
I hope so, Your Excellency. Come, let's find Sir... Can I help you with any other matter?
My lady, I have to go.
Sir de Corsilion, it's always a pleasure.
Madame, I expect you've come to see me about this rig.
Indeed. And I think I may have a solution that will allow us to solve this conflict peacefully.
I'm listening.
I must admit that I established this at a time when the culture and the mentality of the natives, the clan of this village, was rather open to our presence. They welcomed us. For this reason, I think we should allow them. In doing so, we would also retain. We would even benefit from such an agreement if the natives reforest.
I find this decision perfectly viable, and their comrades will seek vengeance if the personal
I am convinced that Dunkus, the chief of this clan...
I understand, but I will only write a decree allowing people to go to the...
Thank you, Master. I will inform Dunkus of you...
What brings you here on Manawi?
At this old man's request, I investigated the conflict that opposes... You will now be able to access it freely, to accomplish... And the congregation will keep exploiting the forest. However, there is... You must deliver this man to us because he is responsible for the death...
These men died because of their own fool. If they hadn't cut all the ochreberry trees...
What does that mean? What are the two of you talking about?
3 woodcutters died after eating the meat of an andrig after it was killed by a venomous Dawson tats.
It's nothing but a terrible coincidence. And if they had...
We know that you are responsible for this. The hunters told me...
How could you do this? You acted more foolishly than an... By killing these men, you have brought upon us their wrath. And...
Dunkus, I beg you. I only wanted to renounce...
Bloodshed only leads to more bloodshed. And you know that. I would never have taught you...
If you want to stop the woodcutters taking vengeance into their...
I understand. But the Lugaid Blau fooled us in the past. It is their turn to prove their good faith.
What do you want from us?
There is a mine in the forest that the congregation has long up, but digging into the mountain has risked it. We worked with the Lugaid. We agreed to stop digging and seal, but some Renaigse came, and some of my people started going missing. If the mountain collapses and it is your...
And you want me to intervene?
You have to stop them. If you do, we punish the person responsible.
I'll go to this mine and see what's going on.
Is there any...
I must leave. Goodbye.
Qua awalums.
Sorry, this is private property.
Actually, no one should be able to enter. This mine...
I wouldn't know. Our employer, Mr. Mayor... Listen, you should go to the authorities.
I definitely will.
Those guys must have no respect for the lives of their men to start mining again.
These Renaigse must not have taken us seriously. We should take a closer look.
We should take the path that overlooks the outer wall. We should be able to see inside from there.
They broke the stone and started digging under the mountain again. The Monisinaga. They use captives from the villages to dig their mine.
They've made them into slaves. We must talk to Sir de Corsillon. I hope that our nation is not involved in this business. Sir de Corsilion.
The Sade, my young student.
I've come to ask you about a mine. It was closed for a long time for security reasons. But
I seem to recall that a consent. However, I do not recall that he is a rich merchant from Serene who arrived on the island.
unscrupulous. This man had some natives captured.
What? Does this old brigand really think? We cannot tolerate such methods. You should start by finding the deed. Don't worry. We are not let to... Can your old professor still prove himself useful?
Looking forward to seeing you again.
Cousin! You have returned.
Oh, you don't look well. What's...
Nothing. Nothing terribly bad, in any case. I must have...
Seems to me that this illness has been lingering too long. Who prepares your meals? Are they safe?
No one is poisoning me, dear cousin. We are far from court and their customs. It's nothing. Now then, what do you have to tell me?
Allow me to present Afra, an emissary of the... She is an eminent naturalist who studies local flora.
Your Excellency.
You were part of Governor Buren's lost expedition.
Yes, and our research would...
I can only imagine. Nevertheless, you are most welcome. You're great. I implore you, my dear cousin. Duke...
We had a talk with Lady Morange and we explored the ruins that she suggested we visit. All our findings point to one conclusion. Those ruins were originally built by the Congregation of Merchants.
The Congregation? Once again, he must have deemed me unworthy.
Constantine.
We need to learn more. I want to understand. I need to know everything my father has kept from me. This question also concerns you. You look too much like a nation. Since we cannot bombard my father with questions, others here, the Congregation, even in the past, could not have made it to this island without help.
You were thinking of us. But I assure you that I know nothing of this story.
You are perhaps simply not aware, but your admiral... Go and find her, cousin.
Very well.
Anything else?
I'm going to leave now.
Look out for yourself.
It seems as though you can't decipher the glyphs of your own people's document.
I get lost in all the legal jargon. But they have Lady Morange's seal on them. We should find her, to understand exactly what they say.
day, dear sir. Happy to see you again in...
I need your advice once more. This time it's about the property. Here are the deeds. I must admit that I understand.
Do not worry. This type of document is always difficult to decipher for the uninitiated. However, they are very clear. Master Maillard, he can exploit the forest and plant anything he wants there. But it says here, it's even repeated in this other paragraph, any attempt...
And yet the mine which was located on this plot of land has been reopened.
According to these documents, the mine has been closed. This man's behavior is reckless. You should go. He usually spends time at the port when he comes. He has...
Come closer, good people. You'll find all you need in our selection.
Master Maillard.
Who's asking?
De Sardet. I am the leg...
Well, I'm flattered.
I'm here to talk to you about the mine. Are you aware that you have no right to operate it?
But what are you talking about? Surely this is a misunderstanding. I'm an honest merchant. I've always paid all taxes. Please tell your cousin that I would be happy to send him... Now, Your Excellency.
I'm afraid you don't understand, Master. And you endanger the congregation on this island by behaving this way with...
Come on, don't be so serious, young man. I'm sure it's... Goodbye, sir. Best... Closer, good people.
Sir de Corsilion.
De Sardet, my young student.
I verified the contract with Lady Morange, without even taking into account what he's doing to the nation.
So...
He turned a deaf ear...
Oh, some of these merchants are so... But it's high time we reminded him. Here, this is an eviction notice which dispossesses him of all his land. For his crimes against the natives, I will make him aware of this decision. But you should go. The prisoners must be freed as soon as possible.
I'll take care of it.
Can your old professor still prove himself useful?
Looking forward to seeing you again.
sorry, this is private property.
I don't need your authorization. The former owner, Mr. Maillard, has lost his...
Look, ultimately, we are not the ones who decide. We only obey the...
In that case, where can I find...
You'll find him around here somewhere.
Excellent.